Once again, another day in Gintama. A family actually reunited, someone giving up the pain of many long years. But of course, it also means we'll be coming on to the next segment, which usually revolves around something that is going to hurt us once again. We can't stay happy for too long. That's part of the deal with Gintama. Every time we have a moment of joy or jovialness, we get hit in the face with the card-hold truth of reality. If that reality is the immortal men on a galactic crusade. But honestly, what are we really waiting for? With them all so heavily wounded, this battle might be a little dangerous. Oh. We have the reminiscent flashback song playing. Memories. He's on the verge of meeting with her again. Yeah, one or the other. But losing arms isn't exactly entirely a negative. We've seen pretty much everyone get replacements. He just pulls through anyway. Part of the curse that he bears. Considering they have had dealings with each other before, of course, she would be there as he woke up, keeping their long talks from before going. But how is Kagura and Kamui? Are they gonna make amends even more? From what we saw at the end of the last episode, it kind of ended relatively well. And with that, is all of the pain and anger actually gone? Or is he going to devolve back into old ways? We can't always go chasing after a dream or a memory. And I had something just then. I was thinking about it. Hang on. What? First student? Were you talking about Shoyo? Might still be talking about him. Of course, Gintoki's not past himself to make that kind of comment right now. They're not here to fight in this moment. They have their honour, despite being horrid pirates. They've been abandoned. So many throwing away their loyalties, deciding what's truly worth fighting for. A veritable army. Or remnants of his. Or just a big brother? I mean, he is Yato. I don't think he's gonna give away all of his fighting spirit, but. Is he not allowed even a single moment of reprieve? His arm is still shattered, though, remember? As much as things change, the more they stay the same. And once again, just thinking back to his family. That's what his mind truly revolves around. Yet, look where it got him. I mean, sure, some things are too far gone to be forgiven and fixed, but a lot of the time, you can still pull together. Yeah, you can definitely call the odd jobs as bizarre ties. Really, said Haru? They were already dragged in just by knowing her. It really is worse than you expected, though. Actually, getting to see a bit of backstory to a character, but in a way that's not just straight up being shown their old home. I mean, you do get paid. Do you get paid anyway? What do you think? Where do you think they're going to get the money from? Excuse me? The fact that they actually have expenses or the like is actually seems like way above the money they'd get from doing odd jobs. Grew back. I see. I see that he's enjoying his replacements. Such a lively bunch. Ah. recovered, brought back into their fold. They're in a skirmish of their own and away from the rest of the what they would call kind of temporary allies. Oh. I mean, we've seen the end of other stories and plot lines, so having him turn up now makes sense. Okay, I see how that is. If he, if the master isn't interested, there's someone else who has to clean up. They are not one and the same, and how dare he make that claim? He knows that this fight is above them, or it's his alone. But actually seeing Takasugi have a bit of a fight away from. Is this the origin of Oboro? Sometimes, in situations like that, it's pretty hard to keep completely silent, but shallow, raspy breath of being plucked from near death. Being imbued by blood of the immortal, the power of the Octana. What was it that he saw in him to even give that that second chance? And so the repayment there, just getting him back up on his feet. Does he have anywhere to go? Also, it's sort of having the face mask on to show the difference in his personalities. Just keeping it easy to understand. Seriously? The place where all the others came together, the reason for their current predicament, by a throwaway line from a kid. And what, he was the only one that didn't get to attend. Following in his footsteps. I see. The only way to actually change things. But yeah, we saw them. They did finally catch up to him. He'll be treated as the same. But so many owing everything they are, everything they have, everything they've been. Loyalty is a funny subject. I mean, a relatively simple name for a school, humble origins, and yet started from something so stained. So what are we gonna start thinking of Obara as Gintoki's senpai? Never use it to kill, or trying to really throw away and keep to the idea of throwing away the what couldn't afford to keep him around. Well, maybe the chief saw something in him. And keeping them around just for the trap. This is why he thought would be the best. But seeing Shogo separated from his murderous alter ego, the change in eyes, change in everything. Kept him alive. There was no way he could. I see. Staying within the organization, unable to be the student from his plan. Yeah. It's... his younger students... what could have been... Where did Scar go? Well... oh, Takasugi. Well, because... he couldn't deal with having his life taken for the good of protecting the ideals of that school. He keeps talking about until the blood and until the spirit has completely run dry, completely worn out. And that's what he left him with. Okay, the first student was referencing Shoyo and him. His legacy. I see. It was only a matter of time. How many battles, how many close encounters. Everyone's fighting their own battles here. And we only took until one episode before the end. Do we think Obero is finally out of the picture? Having the entire recapping of his life, becoming the first student, helping Utsuro become this teacher, throw away the shackles of bloodshed. But also, if he went down that path before, chose not to cause any more suffering or spill any more onto the ground, then are we for sure that Shoyo is gone? But seeing each of his students grow up to become leaders of their own representative kind of organizations. Although Gintoki is admittedly a little smaller than, say, the Kihaitai or Jori rebels, but he must be so proud of them, being such tremendous thorns in his side.
Now, I know that there was quite a lot that I just didn't say shit.
There's just so much going on. Understanding the nuances of the characters, their journey, their interaction with this Utsuro, or Shoyo. His wanting to separate himself off from the killing after however many years it was. Eke out an existence away from all of that, have somewhat of a normal life, and then when Oboro saw the toils of this class life, being excluded from it, being something that he was so monumental in starting. Okay. I'm not sure it's worth capturing your teacher and started getting it led down that path. Kind of a big action to take. But to think that all this time, the good parts of Shoyo, this teacher which was so instrumental in basically almost everyone in Gintama, because his actions led to the creation of these characters, who they are today, and exactly how they've influenced the world. And all of that was started because of Oboro pushing him down that line. And one thing that Gintama does quite well is it paints this picture, good versus evil, black and white. And yet when you actually start looking at it, it's a lot more nuanced than that. There are shades everywhere, life paths and choices that could have been made elsewhere, things done differently could have led to, quite a lot less suffering, potentially. But that is life. We make decisions that may not be the right ones. What you can do is hope to learn from them, grow, and hopefully don't get executed for them. But as the penultimate episode going into the end of this arc, with pretty much all of them injured heavily, I'm not sure how they're going to stand up to the big bad. At the beginning of this, I thought, maybe we'd get the start of that fight right now. But no, we took the time to learn a bit more, to follow a different storyline. I think came out of it better because of it. And obviously, right at the beginning, having the family there talk about their current relationship, the status of them, where they see themselves, and obviously trying to get some time off. That was nice, having a little bit of a payoff for what has been built up for so long. Even in Gintama's classic, we're just having some fun with it kind of a fashion. With Gintama's slight change in style, not as happy-go-lucky as it once was, all those dumb storylines which we could just sit back, relax, and, die a little inside to. But now having such plot forced upon us to this kind of degree and regard is an interesting change, and one that I think I'm enjoying. I want to see where all the characters lead up to next and what they get on with. Who gets pulled into it? Who comes out the other end? And just how many new faces are going to crop up later on. If you've enjoyed, let me know. Leave a comment down below, a like on the video, subscribe to not miss out the final episode or any more in the future. It's a good idea. But for now, get yourselves a bit of rest. And actually, don't wait up too long. We're going straight into the finale. My patrons have really influenced my life, not to the point where I'm going to be any sort of educator, because honestly, who would want to be taught by me? However, the guide and support to lead me where I am now has been more influential than I could have ever hoped for. So, to Electric Ant, Noku, Raywin, Kite, Sao, Arthea, Shiwan, Mats, Girly, Cardboard, Groyville, Ginterman, William Welch, Dark Shadow 7899, Mega 42, Jeremiah Tima, Finesse Kid, and everyone else. I really do thank you. And should I be taken away by some nefarious deeds, you can carry on my legacy, which ultimately is just sitting on your ass watching more anime, so really not that hard of a job.